All right, this is Ubaid on behalf of B Electronics, and in this video, we'll be talking about capital deepening. Okay, so this is capital deepening. And capital deepening has to do with, okay, the increase in per capita per person. Okay, so capital per person. So that's an increase in capital per person. Okay, or an increase in GDP per capita, gross domestic product per capita. It has to do with population. Okay, so output per person. Okay, production per person. Okay, so production per person. And when it comes to GDP per capita, we're looking at multiple factors. Number one is education. So when it comes to education, obviously, as the education goes up, the gross domestic product goes up, and so does the GDP per capita, which is the production per person or output per person. So increases GDP per capita. And this has to do with, okay, your growth. And what I mean by growth is human capital, growth of human capital rather than physical capital. So as human capital goes up, and human capital has to do with skills, knowledge, and education, okay, the GDP per capita goes up, and so does capital deepening. All right, and the second one has to do with savings and investment. Okay, so when it comes to savings and investment, okay, you have capital gains from the sale of a property, for example. Okay, so let's say you sell a commercial property or a cottage or a residential property and you have capital gains. Okay, now if you have to pay low taxes on those capital gains, okay, it will lead to savings. Okay, which means your savings and investments will go up, and so will your capital deepening. Okay, so it has to do with low taxes, for example. Example, low taxes on capital investments. So this is capital investments. So low taxes on capital investments. Number three has to do with infrastructure. So this has to do with infrastructure. And when we talk about infrastructure, okay, we did mention in the past that it has to do with government investment in infrastructure. So in this case, when we talk about infrastructure, this has to do with, okay, infrastructure development. Okay, and it has to do with physical capital. Okay, so physical capital. When we say physical capital, it has to do with equipment, machinery, tools, for example, vehicles or cars, okay, work vehicles, okay, your trucks. Okay, so investment in physical capital. So you have tools, machinery, so on and so forth. So tools, machinery, etc. All right, and next one has to do with special economic zones. So you have special economic zones. And when it comes to special economic zones, we're looking for high tourism. So this could be zones where trade activity is at its highest compared to the rest of the country. So high tourism. Okay, this could be zones where you have free trade, so no taxes. Okay, and an increased amount of trade, so import and export. And maybe even investment, such as investment in real estate. Okay, often people go to other countries to invest in real estate because real estate over there is less expensive. All right, now apart from special economic zones, you also have scientific research. And scientific research has to do with things like import and export. Okay, so as the scientific research goes up, so does import and export. So increase amount of import plus export. Okay, the real estate. All right, perfect. So as the inventions and innovations go up, okay, import and export go up, okay, personal consumption goes up, okay, so personal consumption goes up, and maybe capital investments go up. Okay, so businesses invest in capital, as a result of which capital investments may go up. Okay, if there is a sophisticated machine or equipment out there that the businesses would like to buy to increase their labor productivity, to bump their labor productivity up, okay, it's possible that the personal consumption may go up. So personal consumption may go up. All right, so that would be it when it comes to economic growth and capital deepening. On behalf of V Electronics, this is Obey. Have yourself a great day.